Sarah's a bit angry with me because I mightn't eat a vegetable. Sarah Di Lorenzo is all about food, family and feeling good. With 6 best-selling books and a wellness podcast, the clinical nutritionist has helped a legion of fans find healthier versions of themselves.
But behind the scenes, Sarah's busy raising 3 daughters as a single mum. And now the tight-knit family has embarked on a new project together, travelling through the Mediterranean and exploring their Greek heritage.
Nutritionist and author, and one of our faves here, Sarah Di Lorenzo. Lovely to see you.
Hi, guys. Thanks for
your
having
new book,
me.
My Mediterranean Life. Congratulations. All about your recent trip to Greece. Now, you're really open about being a single mum, and you always tell us that your girls come first.
Yeah.
What were the challenges of travelling as a family unit like that?
Okay, so we did have... Look, I'm going to start with, it was incredible. And what I found amazing about that trip, given that we were, like, together 24 hours a day for, like, literally 4 weeks, I didn't realise in that trip how much I really didn't know about my daughters as people, as opposed to, you know, get your lunch, do this, do that, and you spend that time with them. And I was in awe of just that time, that one-on-one. But as well, you know, we all were very different travelling. I mean, Charlotte was the one walking around with the Google Maps, and Coco's the organiser. And I'm not going to lie, we did have our moments. I mean, there was a few fights. I confess there was a few fights, but all in all, it was incredible to show them the big world out there, to show them, you know, what you get from just seeing cultures and getting them to explore different foods. I loved it, loved it. Happiest time of my life.
What do holidays look like, though, for a nutritionist? Because for the rest of us, holidays can be a time to eat the hot chips and eat the fried chicken, if that's where you happen to be.
That's just at the airport on the way out.
Yeah, right? So what does a holiday look like?
It's an interesting question because I do get asked that a lot. Listen, I'm all about living and loving and enjoying my life. I am not the person on a holiday who's going to go, oh, I don't want to eat this, can't eat that. That is boring. I don't even want to travel with that person. I want to explore different foods and tastings, but in saying that, I'm not the kind of person who's going to sit there and eat, you know, pastas and cakes and all, and be the one at the buffet with the biggest, you know. I'm not that. I am controlled and measured, and I just enjoy. But I will try everything, and I will confess that trip to Europe, I put on 4 kilos, and I loved every part of those 4 kilos because it was me letting go and enjoying my life and not being measured.
Then it's about understanding what to do when you get back.
Well,
right?
I just did the 10-10 plan for 4 weeks, and it came off.
Perfect. In your book, you talk a lot about your family, and a special mention to your dad, who wrote the foreword.
Yeah.
Family's really important to you. What does your heritage then mean in your approach to food? How does it make it different?
I can honestly say with my hand on my heart, I think the reason I became a clinical nutritionist was because I was blessed enough, in a way, blessed my grandfather, my papu, which is Greek, for he lived with us, right? And he was widowed, but because he cooked all the time and he brought the Mediterranean into our home, I grew up on that. So I didn't know any different other than, and it was all about fresh produce and growing things and gardening and what tastes good, what was in season, olive oil, eating together as a family, everything that we know about holistically about the Mediterranean diet that is famous. That was my childhood. So growing up, for me, food appreciation, you know, eating until you're 80% full, enjoying people, the togetherness, everything that's that holistic approach. So that had a huge impact on me as a person.
Could we talk about, though, the Sarah behind the nutritionist?
Yeah.
We first were introduced to you on Weekend Sunrise. You were just poppy, and that was back in 2018.
18.
And look at you now.
I know.
But what about the Sarah behind the book? Like, you say that you have, you call yourself selectively single in your 50s. What does that mean, and what does that look like?
Okay, so, yeah, I do say I'm selectively single. And the thing is, for me now, I mean, I just feel like time is so precious. And for me, I want to give my time to things that I love, like my work and my career, everything I'm doing, which is a lot where I'm passionate about. Because, as I said, time is really precious. My daughters, every little bit of spare time I've got left over goes to them. But as well, I'm kind of like, I'm going to just say it, I feel like I'm a complete person, and so I'm not looking for... A lot of people I talk to, they want a relationship because they're lonely, or it might be for financial reasons, or it could, for whatever reason, they're filling a void. I have no voids to fill in my life. I am so happy. I do love, and I'm going to be honest here, I do love waking up and moving to the beat of my own drum and not having to compromise, or, you know, I can do whatever I want with whoever I want, whenever I want. I love the freedom of that, but I love my work so much. But in saying that, if my paths crossed with someone who I was like, wow, I would make that time. But right now it's not the focus because I just feel I want to do so much more with writing, and I've got more books coming out, and I'm just about growth, and that's where I'm at. So
You're
I've done all
focused.
that.
We get that.
I've done all that. You know?
Watch your DMs. I think they're about to explode after that advertorial for your love life.
Thank you so much. We're just going to, you brought a little dip in here. We're right out of time.
Yeah.
But, you're a feeder.
I'm a feeder.
You're a feeder.
I'm green. Come
Yeah.
on. I couldn't come in here and give you an eggplant dip, which you can enjoy later. But thank you so much for having me.
So there it is. Look, with a little bit of a recipe. It wouldn't be a Sarah segment without a recipe. It's a really healthy, what do you call it?
It's an eggplant dip.
But it was called something else.
Yeah, that one. That one. It's a Greek word. I did use the Greek word.
What do you call that, Dale? Chicken?
Rissoles.
No, it's not rissoles.
It's not taramasalata.
Mezzanolo salata.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sarah's new book, My Mediterranean Life, is out now.
I mean, we think that's what it's called. We're back after the break.